Scrum or Kanban. Both are popular agile frameworks. Picking between these can be challenging. So if you have ever wondered whether to choose Scrum or Kanban, I think this video will help you. So let's try to understand the key differences between these two so that it helps you to understand what will best fit your project. Scrum is a structured framework designed for people who work on complex projects, while on the other hand, Kanban is a visual workflow management. Next, Scrum revolves around time box. So you will have a specific fixed time box running on the regular cadence, repeating on the same cadence. So it could be between 1 week to 4 weeks. Whereas Kanban doesn't have any time box. Whatever works come in, you pick whenever you have the capacity to do it and then move it on to done. So it is a workflow management rather than like a project planning. It's very less planning compared to the Scrum. Scrum has specific roles that you should have a product owner, you should have a Scrum Master and a development team. Whereas Kanban doesn't suggest any specific roles. No prescribed roles. Team decide what works best for them. And the next events, you might have heard the 5 famous events in Agile, in Scrums to be specific. So those are all Scrum events, and Kanban doesn't prescribe or doesn't mandate any of those Scrum events. So when you can use Scrum and when you can use Kanban is when you have a predictable release running in a regular cadence and you know what to plan and you know what is there in your plate for next couple of weeks, then Scrum works best for you, right? So because you create a sprint and you commit on what we can do for the sprint, you create a sprint goal and work towards it. Whereas if your team is dealing with a lot of ad hoc works that comes on daily basis, kind of a support group or an ops team, so those kind of team where we need to plan on daily basis, you cannot plan in advance for even a couple of weeks, and you don't have a regular cadence of release. You release whenever you want on demand, or you have only on demand releases, then Kanban work best for you. Another key point to note is Scrum prescribes only a team of size 10, while Kanban can scale to a larger team or even a department. So if you have a larger team working on a lot of ad hoc tasks or embracing daily changes and might not be able to plan for the future, then look for the Kanban board. So the board wise, what is the difference? In the sprint, you commit for a backlog that is called sprint backlog. So that's where you start. So you know what you're going to work in the sprint for next couple of weeks or a month. So you commit for it, and from the product backlog, it comes to your sprint backlog to do item, and then it moves on to in progress while the developers progress on it, and then moves to done. On the other hand, Kanban board, whatever ticket you create, it goes to do. And there is no backlog as such here. It all sits in to do, and then you pick whenever you think it's the right time to pick that story or task. You pick it and move it on to in progress and complete it to done. So I think this gives a high level idea of what you should be using for your team. And in general, I suggest to start with Kanban is easy to adapt, and then once they're very much comfortable with that, once you establish a regular cadence of releases, and once you think that you're ready with all the roles in the Scrum that Scrum prescribes, then probably you can move on to Scrum framework. And there's also another practice is called Scrumban. So it is a mix of Scrum and Kanban. So what they do is they actually follow the Kanban board, but they take some of the good practices from Scrums. Like they might have a couple of events, Scrum events running in Kanban model also. I would say it's a tailored model that would fit your team, and it's called Scrumban. So if you think this video helps you and you want me to do more of such videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit a like button. That means a lot for me. Thank you.